Obviously, his contract is up at the end of next season. Why would they not sell him now in the summer, get some money from him? Because surely he's not going to stay, is he?
It's difficult. Well, on the one hand, the market isn't there for Harry Kane as was 2 years ago when he tried to force through that move to Manchester City. Back then, City were keen. Obviously, they couldn't negotiate a deal with Daniel Levy. Chelsea were interested, although that's a very difficult deal to do given the rivalry between the two clubs. Manchester United were certainly interested. That market isn't there now. City have obviously signed Haaland. Chelsea are signing Nkunku for the summer. So there's not that obvious number 9 position for those two, which leaves Manchester United. We don't know if United have got the money to do a deal for a 29, turning 30-year-old for 100 million quid. To me, it's a no-brainer. If from the Manchester United end, I think they need a top striker. He's obviously one of the best around. He would slot straight into that team. You could see how he could improve it overnight. From Tottenham's point of view, I think it would be a huge moment for them to lose their talisman. What would it say about the club, which, remember, is up for sale? What would it say about that club if they were losing a manager of Antonio Conte's pedigree amid frustrations about the way the club is run, and then their star striker of 8-9 years leaves to go to one of their main domestic rivals? What does it say about where Tottenham are going if they were to lose both?
James, is there then an argument to say, well, look, you're going to lose him for a free in 12 months' time anyway, so at least you're going to make some money from him?
Yeah, exactly. And as we've sort of alluded to already, Tottenham are not a club that can just write off a £100 million asset for the sake of one season. I think if United got anywhere near that figure, 80, 90, 100 million, it would be very difficult for Tottenham to turn that down, particularly if Harry Kane once again reiterated his desire to leave. He has expressed privately that he wants to review that situation at the end of the season. I suggest that probably means whether they're going to be in the Champions League or not. But moreover than that, if Antonio Conte goes, who are they going to get in? The only manager I can think of, aside from Gareth Southgate, but he's obviously in the England job until after 2024 anyway, is Mauricio Pochettino, who has that relationship with Kane, who might be able to say to him, look, we are going to build here. I've had the assurances. Stay with me, stick it out, sign maybe a shorter-term contract, and maybe give us another year. But, I mean, the sort of one more year syndrome. Well, there you go. And the one more year syndrome for Harry Kane, he must feel like he's heard this spiel so many times before that it does feel like it's going to come to a natural conclusion this summer.
The one more year kills anything for him, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of age, really. I mean, if Man United want to get to the next level, they need to get him.
It makes sense, doesn't it, for both parties?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he is just such a good footballer all round, and not just his goals, but his all-round game. And I mean, it's guaranteed goals, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing comes with a guarantee, but it's guaranteed. But look, the difficulty is, if you're trying to tempt a Thomas Tuchel or somebody to your club, if any of these managers got a sniff, potential candidates got a sniff that Harry Kane's going to be going, that's going to put them off as well. I don't think going back to Pochettino is a good move.
Right.
I think it's early, but Vincent Kompany has done an amazing job. Everybody's talking about him going to Man City. There's no sign of Guardiola leaving there in the next couple of years. He signed a new contract. But not only is Kompany, does he demand respect, the style and the complete 360 that he's been able to achieve at Burnley in terms of the way they play, and he's been successful with it because they're going to be promoted as champions. They need to win 3 of the last 9 games. But they play great football as well. And I think that's one of the things with Tottenham. You have all these issues surrounding the board and the signings and the manager. And not only that, the fans are paying top dollar now to go to these games. And let's be quite honest about it. Tottenham are one of the poorer teams to watch. Mm-hmm. So I think an outside shot could be Vincent Kompany. Whether he would fancy it or not, I don't know. But if you're getting Thomas Tuchel or somebody like that in, if you're selling Harry Kane, he's not coming.
If you're Kane, yeah, how much do you force this?
I'm going. I'm
not training. I'm not doing anything.
Harry Kane. I don't see Harry Kane throwing his toys out to the pram to that level.
But he might have to. Sure.
Quietly behind the scenes, I'm telling you, I'm reassuring you, I'm not signing a new contract. So either we go through this in 12 months' time and I just walk out the door a free man, so to speak, or you sign me, I move on. And while to James' point, there may not be a market for Harry Kane right now, Manchester United need a striker. Whether it's Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen, who's, 5 years younger, they're going to get somebody in. So if you're Daniel Levy, as difficult as it is doing business with Daniel Levy, you have to move, because Harry Kane's not going to sign a new contract. Or if I'm Harry Kane, that's what I'm saying. And then I get to James' other point. What does it say about Spurs if both Antonio Conte and Harry Kane leave in the summer? We've heard everything we need to know about Spurs already from Antonio Conte. Something has to change, and maybe it needs this big an upheaval to really jar Spurs into doing what's needed long term, not just for the next 12 months and keeping Harry Kane, not just appeasing potential buyers. You have to do what's best for the club long term, and maybe that's the real punch in the arm that's needed.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.